should pay on the first date? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are actually doing a little girl talk, me and my friend. Any advice for moms struggling to find their way?
Do what you are passionate about doing and just don't stop. Don't look at anybody else and what they're doing to try and be like them or use them as a measure of success or anything like that. Just keep on doing what you like. Always put your kids first in terms of, sometimes you find your way through your kids. And me, it's like I always found out what my kids like to do and then I supported them in that. But, as far as your self-identity and trying to figure your way, just really, you can't go wrong with doing whatever you're passionate about and doing it just constantly over and over.
And if you don't know what your passionate is, like, everybody have to find a niche, because I believe in everybody have a gift. Your gift might not be my gift.
Right.
But you have to tap into your gift. You have to find that. And if that takes you separating yourself for a while, I had to do that. Yeah, I went to school and I went to school for nursing. But I had to find what was my niche or what was my passion, or you know what I'm saying, in order to be successful. Because if you actually, for me, if you get into something that you're really not passionate about and really love, it's not going to work out, because you're not going to work hard at it as you should. If that makes sense. I don't know. So you just have to find your niche and what you're good at. You know what I'm saying? And just be happy. Just find happiness in what you want to do. Don't let nobody else tell you, oh, well, you should be doing this or you should be doing that, or, try this or try that. Try what makes you happy. Do what gives you peace.
Yeah, and the money
at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And the money gonna come.
Yeah.
Because God says, as long as you put your hands to do it, He gonna bless it. Like, for real. So just do what makes you happy. Don't think about nobody else. Learning when to say no. That was a hard one for me.
That's still a hard one for me.
It's not anymore for me.
It is for me.
Me? No. Now I can say no. And actually, I'm not going to... No, it don't bother me.
Do you go back, though, after you say no? Do you go back and be like, trying to find... Is your no just a hard no? Mm-hmm. Or do you go back?
My no means no. And my yes means yes.
See, my no's, I'll be like, no. And then I'll be like, okay, so what? Let's figure out how to do this.
I'm not going back.
I feel bad sometimes saying no. And then just no provides no solution sometimes.
My no means no.
Yeah.
I used to do that. And even my grandma used to be like, you got to learn to say no. And it's okay with saying no. That's what I had a problem with. It used to bother me if I said no. Then it's like, well, why would you do that?
Then you're stuck doing something.
Yeah, but now, I don't mind saying no. You have to have boundaries.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Having boundaries with people, with certain situations, and it's just not a relationship with the man. It's friendship relationships. It's even with your children.
Yeah.
It's even with your children. You have to have boundaries. You have to have, no. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you matter. Right. And you can't just keep allowing, me, I'm the person that I put myself on the back burner. I can be actually in the middle of something. If my kids call, if my family call, if my friends call, I'm like, oh, I'll put that off to tomorrow. What's going on? What I need to do? That's how I was. Right. With my children, I still think it's kind of, I'm going to be honest, with my children, I still think it's kind of hard. But with everybody else, I have learned, like, no. So this one says, setting boundaries in a relationship. I'm going to let you answer that. Because they be always like, I'm answering questions, like I'm talking over you. But I'm not talking over her, guys. Like, sometimes I just answer. She might say, okay, go ahead. Or I'm not talking over her. Like, but yeah.
I'm not very good at that either. I think I have issues with setting boundaries, period, but I'm learning. But as far as relationship wise, Mike is really good at setting boundaries. You know, and that's probably why I don't know, he just kind of fits really good into our setting boundaries also creates respect. My kids have never had any issues with him. You know, cuz they respect certain things, like, you know, like he'll be like, no, I don't want this happening at our house, or I don't want this, or what the hell, like, no, it's not like that, you know, like he'll set boundaries. Even in a relationship, you know, like if I don't like raise my voice, and we don't argue, we never argue, because it's just like, what the hell's wrong with you? Just talk to me, you know. Like, he doesn't yell at me, I don't yell at him. But like old habits that I had in my last relationship, there were no boundaries. Like, it was crazy. But this relationship is like, he sets plenty of boundaries. Like, but he lets me know that, you know, there's certain ways to handle things. He'll be like, no, let's talk about it, or let's pray about it. You know, like all the time he'll be like, okay, let's talk about this, or he'll be like, all right, come on, let's just pray. And that's what it is. But we don't.
I didn't have boundaries either. But actually, Lucky has taught me that. Because Lucky like peace.
Yeah.
He argumentative. He don't like argument. He don't like arguing in front of, he will not. You argue in front of the kids, and not just his kids. It's my kids. That's something that he will not do. The disrespect, he don't like it. Like, so for me, it's just certain things that he, and certain qualities in a man that is like, no, we're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? He would rather walk away, or he'll go home, or he'll hang up the phone. Like, we can be on the phone. If he feel any signs of me finna going off, oh, he gonna hang up. Nah, my daughter there. Your kid's there. I'm not finna argue. Like,
it's crazy.
That's how he is. So for me, it's literally like, it has helped me. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I take accountability for my actions and the wrongdoings I have. But he actually have taught me a lot, and he actually have brought a lot of things to my attention as far as being in a relationship. Like, I feel like I was in a 17-year marriage, and like, he didn't really, like, I guess it basically was like he went along with everything that, you know, I did or said, even though like some things was, I'm pretty sure was wrong. But me being, you know, who I am, like, or just feeling like you right, you know what I mean? But yeah, for him, he got boundaries. He don't, it's certain things, like, nah, and I'm not gonna do that.
It's a certain presence.
And if the thing is, like, he'll tell me, like, we can, for me, like, I like peace, I like happiness, I want a happy relationship, I don't want toxic, you know what I'm saying? And like he say, like, we can love someone, but that doesn't mean that you have to be together. You know what I'm saying? And if that makes sense. So if we can't come to agreement as it's certain boundaries, it's certain things that we shouldn't do when it comes to our children, whatever, like, you should be in a relationship. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all them old habits went right out the door.
That arguing.
And it's like a presence. It's not even like a lot that they have to say. It's just like, it's something about a man and them demanding respect in a mature way.
And I actually like that about him, like, because it actually brings like, it brings a lot of joy. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it certain things I'm learning. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, that's what I feel like a relationship is. Like, you build one another up. Like, you don't just tear one another down. You don't always just tell a person, well, you doing this wrong, you doing that wrong. Like, if they're doing that wrong, ask them, what is it? Do you need help?
No, seriously.
Is anything going on? Is it anything I can do? Do you need therapy? What do you need me to do in order to help you? Like,
Right.
don't just give up on that person. Like, I feel like cheating, abusive relationships and stuff like that. Okay, I don't feel like that's a relationship, because you should have more respect for me. But in real, like, if it's come to finances and all that stuff, like, you should be able to work with that. You know what I'm saying? That's something you and your person should be able to work with. So,
Absolutely.
yeah. My husband is a great provider and father, but he constantly cheats on me. Should I leave? Ooh. I'll never give advice when it comes to, especially when it comes to a husband and wife. I don't give advice as to you should you leave or should you stay. That's your choice, but you have to figure out, do the good outweigh the bad, is what I say. Is it worth fighting for? I don't know if that.
The fact you're even asking probably means that you've already contemplated on leaving.
Clocked out.
Yeah, you just need validation or someone to tell you that it's okay. But I think you know the answer to that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But I would never tell a person.
Yeah.
I'll support, even my friends. I'll support, and I'll give you my opinion. But leaving a person, that won't ever come out of my mouth. You make that decision. I'm just gonna be there for you. How do you deal with a spouse who doesn't know how to communicate?
You can teach your spouse how to communicate by you being a good communicator, or you can there's therapy too. You can always go to therapy, like couples therapy and stuff like that, because if a person in general doesn't know how to communicate, it probably doesn't mean they don't know how, but their style is different, or they've had issues to where they've grown up and that wasn't a big highlighted thing in their families, how to communicate. So sometimes men have really hard time communicating. Sometimes women do. It just depends on the upbringing. Like the Filipino side of my family, they don't talk about anything. Like we could have so many family secrets and they don't talk about anything. But on the black side, I know every family member that's doing what they've done, where my family pretty much came from. But the Filipinos, they be like, never mind that. Like, okay, never mind that.
Even too, like, you have to give them their space. And sometimes you could come back and say, or you could say, well, okay, I'll communicate with you at a later time.
Yeah.
And they're able to communicate. Just be more encouraging, more supportive. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when it comes to love, I have to figure out, like, you have to figure out that person's, whether it's the woman or the man, love language.
Right.
Because even for Lucky, his love language was different from what I expected.
Right.
And it's just like, if you're going to be with that person, you have to know that person. You have to actually know that person and how they give out love. How you want it, they might not give it out that way. But they're actually showing you. And it's just like, I had to really like realize, like, dang, like, he do show me love, but he just don't show it. And the thing about it is, like, even when it comes to like y'all asking, like, as far as communication, you have to understand that person's communication. How you want them to communicate, they might not, but they're showing that communication in a different way.
Right.
So just be patient.
Right.
Talk to them. Let them know how you feel. Let them know how you feel when they're not communicating. And, like, just let them know, like, hey, well, you might not feel like communicating now, but can we communicate at a certain time? It just takes patience, love, kindness, and
right.
and prayer. I feel like they'll get over that, because at the end of the day, it might be something they're not used to. That just comes along with how they was raised and you was raised. Like, I'm big on communication, but Lucky, I had to learn how to understand him when it came to communication and love. And now it's different because he shows it, because I actually express. I'm the person, I express my love. I show my love. I talk. I don't only talk, but I show it. And, he gets it. And I'm like, I always let them know, like, I'm not here. I'm here because I love you, not because
Right.
I'm trying to get what you got, or I feel like, like what you got is a bonus. It's just added on to me. What I had before I got with you. I'm going to continue to have it, but you just have to. It's a lot. It's a lot in a relationship. It's a lot in friendships. It's a lot dealing with children. So, and it's not a book to it. You know what I'm saying? You just have to find what works.
Right.
If that makes sense, you have to find what works for you in your relationship, whether it's a friend, your children, your man. Like, you just have to find what works for you, because what might work for me might not work for you. So that's just what it is.
And then what do you do with the person when they communicate? Like, how are you handling the information that they're giving you? Are you chastising this person for how they feel, or what they, like, how do you make them feel when they're talking to you is another thing too, because it's just like, are you responding with love, or are you like, is it an argument? Because if someone was always arguing with me in terms of communication, I probably wouldn't want to communicate either. So depends on how your communication style and why you want to communicate. Is it to help the situation? Is it to, and some niggas just don't want to tell them themselves.
Exactly.
They be doing shit they don't even want to talk about.
Exactly.
For real.
Yeah. Dating a man with children.
That can be. It just depends, because then that means baby's mamas you got to deal with. And
I have always, every one of my men have asked. No, one of them. I was the first mother.
Really?
Of his children, yes. And yeah, but no, 2. So yeah, but the other one's dealing with that, like, I basically, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I'm gonna treat you right. I'm gonna treat you just like you mine. But all that rah-rah and that shit you coming over to listening to your mama and think you gonna come over and disrespect me, I'm not having it. Boo-boo. Boo-boo. You can stay over there with your mama, and I'm gonna tell your daddy you can stay over there. Like, it's just certain things I just don't put up with. I'm not gonna deal with the disrespect. I'm not gonna deal with you thinking that your child, just because that's your child, she's able to do. No. What go for my kids, go for yours too. Right. I'm gonna treat them right, but they're not gonna be treated no different than what my children are being treated. Point blank, period.
It depends on the age too.
Yeah. I value my kids' opinion when it comes to a lot of things. So by them actually liking Lucky and, like, can vibe with him, that means a lot to me. So you just have to, like, I don't know. It's just not a book to it.
Yeah.
It's just like everything you have to figure out.
It's trial and error. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You just gotta, if it works, it works. If it doesn't. And that's part of the journey of life anyways. Like, just not having the answers to everything, but just kind of seeing what works and what doesn't work, because then that builds character along the way.
What is the most important for you, physical or emotional intimacy?
Emotional. Absolutely emotional intimacy. Because
I'm the emotional too. Like, I like attention. I like, the love and caring. Like, but me, physical, I don't know though. Emotional, yeah. Physical, yeah. Cause I don't know. I like both actually. Cause I like the kissing, the hugging. Like, I like all that. Right. Like, so for me, I want all that. Okay. I want it all.
If I had to pick though, more so emotional.
Because it's good.
Anyone can be physical, but when you get emotional, it's just like
it's a different level, I think.
Yeah,
right.
A person's opening up. It's a different.
It's a different level.
But yeah, both is.
Do you think it's important to meditate and practice mindfulness?
Yes, I think so. I think any type of prayer, meditation, practicing anything positive is good. Like, and focusing on intentions and just how to treat people, how to just be grateful for the things that you do have is always good. Because I mean, we're all here. I mean, not all of us, but we're here walking around, talking, you know, and some of us don't have these things and don't have those abilities, and we got to just appreciate life and being able to breathe while we're here and just do good, be good humans while we're on this earth. So,
do you prefer routine or spontaneous?
Ooh, spontaneous.
I love spontaneous. Like, I'm a spontaneous type of girl.
I love spontaneous.
I like surprises. You?
Yes.
I love surprises.
I act like I don't, but I like them. But I kind of act like I don't.
Me, I love surprises. Like, I be telling Lucky, because he always, like, with him, he always asks me, like, what I want. Like, what do you want? Like, what do you, even though he knows what I like.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. But he always, I guess he be wanting to be satisfying. Like, when he give it to me. So, but I be like, just surprise me. Yeah. Like, don't do that. Like, I like, yeah.
But then are you the type to be like, this ain't what I want?
Yeah.
See, that's...
Because one time, he got me some, I said I wanted the Cadillac truck. Like, I didn't want this. Like, I tell you, does it matter that a woman makes more money than her man? You want to answer first, or me?
I don't think so. I mean, I think as long as we're both equally trying the same, you know, like, I feel like we should be equally trying the same. And if you're not trying at all and I'm bringing in more money, then it's kind of weird. But if, you know, like, we got to be putting in the same effort. So if we're putting in the same effort, then we should be, you know, bringing in the same income. Like, I've been in situations where I made more money, and it's okay. Yeah, I don't mind that, like, at all.
But as long as you're trying,
as long as
right?
you're trying. Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, you gotta be trying. You gotta be working towards something, because at the end of the day, what I always say, like, a man can have the vision,
right?
And if he give that vision to his woman, that woman can actually put that shit into motion and make something happen. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if the woman is making more money, because as long as that man trying and you guys are working together, y'all gonna elevate, because that's something he wants to do as well. Like, you could come in, a motherfucker work at McDonald's and you working and you a whole entrepreneur and making way more money, but that nigga might have a vision, but he might not have the money actually to put into that vision. But if he let you know and y'all work together and y'all put that shit together, so he could have that mindset, just not that money, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? And it can, like, go crazy. No, like, seriously. For real.
It's really a partnership. Relationships are a partnership.
Yeah, and I believe in, like, a woman gonna actually build her house, or she gonna tear that shit down.
Seriously.
Like, for real. Because that's just who we are.
Yeah.
Naturally.
And a man shouldn't be comfortable with you bringing, like, with any woman just being the sole income person. You know what I'm saying? Like, saying if the guy's not making any money at all, it's just like, okay, it still has to equally balance as a team. You know, you gotta be helping push each other somehow. But if they always say you're only as strong as your weakest link. So if your weakest link is not making any money, then you're going to be struggling for a long time.
Who should pay on the first date? Me, I don't care.
I don't care either.
Me, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. Like,
I don't be liking that awkward feeling when that check comes and it sits too long. I gotta grab it. I just can't.
Yeah. For me, I don't care who pays for the first date, but again, as for me and Lucky, like, he said that's what attracted me to him, because I actually grabbed the bill and I was like, oh, I got it. He was like, huh? And I'm like, I got it. Like, man, like, don't think. Don't even think. Like, you know, he was like, that's what attracted me to you. He's like, if a woman has never like paid for a meal, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I feel like you equally yoked. It's not it's not wrong for you to spoil your man or your man to spoil you. Like, it's equally like you that's what you're supposed to do in a relationship. You shouldn't feel like, oh, you should get all the good treatment, you should get all the gifts. You should that's not how it goes. Like a man want to be spoiled too, even if they don't say it. That's just who they are. That's just the thing when it comes to a man. Like they have pride. Don't get me wrong. Like I don't like pride. I like for a man to show emotions, but that's just how men are. Even though they want it, they might not say it or show it, but just give it to them. Like, cause they're human too. Like they want to be spoiled. They want to be loved on. They want attention and affection, you know, and people think that that's not it. You think that you as a woman, it's just all about you. No, it's not just all about you. It's not just all about me, you know. So yeah,
I've been in a situation though. I don't pick that tab up like 2 or 3 times in a row.
I ain't picking that bitch up 2 or 3 times in a row. Look, I'm gonna do one time, you gonna do one time.
This dude was like, so where we going to eat? I don't fucking know. I have a taste for lobster. Well, I don't. Because I already know I'm going to be picking up that tab again.
Okay.
No.
We going to motherfucking, where you want to go? To fast food?
I'm going to eat before I see you. I'm like, I'm not hungry. Yeah. You pick up that bitch too many times.
Okay.
Keep on picking it up.
Would you, I'm gonna do that one last. I'm gonna do this one, then the last one. That's it.
Okay.
Well, I got 3 more. Cause I'm not gonna put all of these on there, but I'm gonna just look at the ones that, so that's why I'm answering. How long should you wait before having sex with the guy you are dating?
You can answer that first.
You motherfucking grown.
I didn't even know.
I mean, I'm just gonna be honest. Like you're an adult. You know what I'm saying? And it's up to you when you feel like you're ready to have,
Yeah.
Like it's up to you. Like it's not a 1 day, it's not a 30 day, it's not a year. You still you might, even if you end up having sex with a nigga and it's been 90 days or it's been a year, you still done had sex with this nigga. So what changes it? So, I mean, for my preference, I just feel like it's all up to you. Cause I'm gonna do what I want to do. Even if it's the first or second day, you feel me? Like, I'm doing what I want to do. I'm grown as fuck. You know, at the end of the day, like, you make your choice. You make your decision.
It's like, do you want to find out sooner that he does or doesn't want to be with you after that? Or do you want to find out later? Mm-hmm. And does the 90 days really change anything? You know, like...
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it called like the 90-day rule or something like that?
That's what people say, but girl, ain't nobody got time. Would you still date your partner if your parents didn't like them?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it depends on the situation.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, your mama's still gonna date who she want to date, whether you like them or not.
Absolutely. And your parents can be jealous sometimes. Like, parents aren't like, you know, like, I know my mom, she be jealous of everybody. Like, she be jealous of my significant other's mom. And they gotta give them too much attention, or if I'm buying something for them, it's just like,
right.
She gets jealous of all that stuff. So,
and you just gotta know, like,
and why don't they like them?
Exactly.
They gotta be able to tell you why.
Because if this person ain't abusing you,
right?
You know, being manipulative, not taking care of home, and all that stuff, like, if your parents just got issues just because, like, no. That's not your choice, because at the end of the day, you don't sleep with them every night. And you have to make that choice for you, whether you want to deal with it or not, because they don't have to. You know what I'm saying? Don't allow your parents or your grandparents or whatever to dictate or tell you how you should even live your life. Like, that's how I feel. Like, I have never been in a like, okay, I accept y'all advice and I
Yeah.
listen, and certain things that I do listen to, but it's certain things like, okay, I'm gonna do this on my own because I feel this way. Even though
Right.
you feel that way, I feel this way. And some things work out and some things don't, but it's just a learning experience. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like I'm hard headed or
Right.
I don't listen. I take a lot of things in. Like I
Right.
really listen, especially my grandma.
Right.
But it's just like, it's still at the end of the day, it's my decision on
Right.
what I decide to do. You know. So this was the vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it wasn't too much, and I hope it was like informational, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thank y'all for all the questions. Ding.
She's doing.
You guys.